Alright, so I don't know if this will be part 2 or part 3, but as you can see I've got some carpet down here. I wanted to use the tan, but this is what I have, so I'm going to go for it. It's gray, it'll be fine. I've got it all marked out. I'm going to try to wrap it up and cut it and glue it as neat as I can. If for some reason it doesn't work out well, I'll take it all off and redo it. I've got enough to do it a couple times more. I had this on hand, so I'll be using that. I usually get some stuff from the upholstery shop, but this should work. Spray it on both sides, let it tack up, and we're going to go for it. I'm going to glue the face there first, and then I'm going to glue what you see there is the top is the front and the back. And then I'm going to try to take a real sharp razor knife and go around all the edges, and then leave a flap to go on the sides. So wish me luck. Here goes nothing. And I left just enough room around all those cuts I made so that I should be able to tuck it in there, and each item can go in there. Okay, so you can see what I did. I glued the top down. Now we're going to work on the back right here and the front. I'll get that glued on. And then once I get that glued on, I'm going to try to cut it straight here. And this side here, I'll cut it right here. So this side should be able to fold up and glue. So here we go. Alrighty, so you see how I got it. Now we're going to try to cut it. Wish me luck. I used to build and cover speaker boxes back when I was, a teenager, but it was a long time ago, and I was using real speaker box carpet. This stuff is, well, I don't know, it's kind of rigid compared to that other stuff. So the best thing to use when you're doing something like this is a brand new blade. Alright, I moved it over here on a piece of wood so I could cut it. So here's what we got so far. That's going to be the front. This will be the back. These are the sides. So now that they're cut, I should be able to pop them right up here, glue them on, and cut them. Okay, so I actually decided just to lay the box down on the carpet, cut it, put it back up, spray it with glue. I'll let it dry for a few minutes. I'll attach it, see how it looks. This portion here that's crooked shouldn't matter because that's all going to be excess that'll be cut off. So wish me luck. Okay, here we go with the other side. So the same thing. I've been using one blade for the whole thing. Started to get a little dull, so I figured don't be a cheap ass and open up another blade so I can get some clean cuts. Well guys, here it is. Could have came out a little better, but it is what it is. Now when I used to build and cover speaker boxes, we would never cut it at the edges. That stuff was so workable, you could fold it over and you could literally, cut it right here. You overlap both pieces, run a straight edge, cut it, glue it, you would never see it. But this stuff is thicker. It's not as bendy as speaker box carpet, and it has a, let's see, yeah, here's the front side here, and it has like a backing to it. If you guys, that speaker box carpet, it's like gray and black. Yeah, it's definitely easier to work, a little bit easier. This wasn't too bad. But anyways, so you saw what I did. There's a seam here, there's a seam here, and then there's a seam there and a seam there. These seams didn't come out perfect, as you can see. I can probably go ahead and pull that carpet over a little more and get them tighter, but this is going to go towards the front of the truck where you're never going to see it anyway. This is the portion I'll be seeing right here, and thank goodness both of those came out pretty nice. And I think overall for what it is, it's not bad. I'll go ahead and cut all the holes out real quick, and I'll cut this piece out here because we don't need that. Wires will go in there. And there's what it looks like from the inside right now. Folded it over there. See, there's that part we'll cut out there. That's why it's floppy. That'll cut out of there. But, yeah, stand by. We'll keep working on it. All right, so I got the front done there. And just in case you're curious, I just cut them in X's. Kind of see what it looks like. We'll go ahead and fold that over now. Just in case you're curious, I've already got the glue on the back, so all you do is just roll it over. You see, and that tacky glue will hold it right in place. Now, hopefully I cut all the holes correct. Figuring in for the carpet. We'll find that out right now. Stand by. So I'm not going to push these all the way in because they're illuminated and I need to find out which way is on and which way is off. It doesn't say that. I don't know which way is illuminated, so I got to figure that out. But those will go in there. They will push in there. They're going to be tight, but they'll definitely make it and they'll look pretty clean. See, once I put them in there. See? All right, let's try out the meter real quick. All right, here's the meter. The meter will be sliding in from the back. There you go. What do you think of that fit? Fits pretty darn good. I'm happy with that. All right, stand by and we'll try the radio next. I'm doing all this with one hand. The radio, since it doesn't have any screws protruding or feet protruding like the meter, I can just drop that right on in. Whether I use the Striker or the Galaxy, I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. They're both identical size. Oh, look at that. That's almost a perfect fit right there. It is a perfect fit. I don't know how far in I'm going to go with that, how much I'm going to leave hanging out. See, if I let it go on all the way, it'll fall in. So I need to put the bracket in there and make a way to mount that. So that's going to come out a little bit more than that like you saw, but perfect fit. Here, I went ahead and stuck a pair of pliers under it to kind of give it that flush look there. I guess I could, it's a little crooked because of the pliers, but there, let's see. I can do a total flush mount with it if I want. That would look pretty slick, huh? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I definitely have to get that mounted in there. And now let's try the little voltmeter. Hold on. All right, so the voltmeter is going there. I'm not going to push it all the way in. As you can see, it fits. But the voltmeter and the switches, they have little tabs that lock it in place. So once I put it in there, it's going to be a bear to get out. So, yeah, just got to push it in. Same thing with the switches. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty good. Let me try to mock it up with everything in there. Hold on. All right, so the meter will actually make it in there. See, it's got little feet, but I can slide it. But anyway, the meter is going to be down in there. It's almost going to, this here will probably be flush with it. They're pretty close. Definitely go down farther than that. And the radio, it'll go in a little further than that too. And of course, these will be in flush, that'll be in flush. But that's what I was going for right there. That look pretty much. And, one of these are going to be remote to turn my amp on. Another one will just be an auxiliary one. I'm sure I'll figure out a use for it. I was going to put 4 of them in there. I only had 2. So that's fine. I can always add 2 more in the future. It's no big deal to pop a couple holes. But I don't even think I'll need that. I think 2 will work. So, pretty happy with it. I mean, once I get everything mounted and they're flush, it'll look good. Now I just have to figure out how I'm going to mount it on the inside. The radio, I could probably just use the radio bracket for it, which would, be fine. So I'll do that for the radio. Of course, the switches and the voltmeter, they'll pop right in. this here will need to be mounted. I think for that, I'll just mount a couple pieces of like 1x2 or 1x4, whatever's needed on each side right here on the inside. And I can drill a hole where the screws are, and I can just put a screw on each side, and that'll make it real nice and tight from the inside. Yeah. Now, as far as the external speaker, I didn't do that. I can still do it. I'm going to think about that right now. Think about if I'm going to do it or not. I'm going to go look at what type of external speakers I have, and I just don't know if I want to put a speaker on the side of that or not. I might run the speaker somewhere else. It would be clean if it was all in one place. I may not even need it. Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to hear it the way it is. Yeah, I'm going to figure that out in a second. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I would have liked to done, like I said, a whole console if I had bench seats, but it's what I had to work with, kind of funky space, so that's what I came up with. I didn't want to spend too much time on it, but I definitely wanted it to be cleaner, than just bolting the shit in there and, leaving it hang around or something like you see in so many vehicles. I got to have my stuff clean. And of course, the power wire, I'll run that right off the battery. I'll run it over to a fuse, fuse block, and I'll have my wire coming in for the radio, and I'll have a separate power coming in for the amp right off the battery. I'm going to go ahead and run a 6 gauge for the amp. I might even run this here. I don't know what that is. That might be a 4 gauge. I've got that, not that house stuff, that real thick stuff there. I might run that. But, yep, there it is, guys. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching.